Hey guys, welcome in. I see you guys are filing in, getting in here for our next episode of the NeonSportz.com League Showcase. I'm so excited this week. We got some guys that are really taking their league to the next level, and I'm so excited to be able to talk to them. We're going to be talking to Shelton and his brother from the YML shortly, but before we get there, I want to remind you guys to head over to NeonSportz.com. This is where you can level up your league, and there's so many cool things that you can do. And right now on NeonSportz.com, the latest update is these customizable power rankings. Well, what is that, Hack? Well, this is what it is you can get on there, and each week it will rank your league 1 through 32, so you can see where your guys are ranked, and then you can throw those rankings into your chat, create a lot of cool conversation in the league, use them to make graphics. And you know what? Customizable. What's that mean? Well, that means if you know that a guy is a little bit better, that you can move him up. If a guy is not as good, you can move him down. The commish can put those wherever they want. Drac has done an amazing job at building this customizable power rankings. So that's the newest, latest, greatest feature. So, hey, also in addition to that, this thing will fully integrate with your Discord. It's your own dedicated website. You can put all kinds of commands in. You can do your own trades from there. All your league, all your team stats. Has an admin dashboard where you get to manage it. It's on PC, PS4, PS5. It's on Xbox. Hey, and best thing of all, this thing is free. So get up and get over to NeonSportz.com so you can level up your league now and hang out with us because it's free for all of Madden 22. There's also going to be some socials posted at the end of this interview. But hey, let's get out of this now and let's get over and let's talk to my guys here, Shelton with the YML, and what's going on, fellas? How you doing tonight, Shelton?
Good to yourself. How you doing, man?
Man, we're doing good. I'm so glad to have you and your brother tonight. I'm sorry, your brother's name again?
It's Lamar.
Lamar? Hey, man. Oh, awesome to have you. So before we get into the YML, Shelton, I want to know about you. What? First of all, with a name like the CEO, I felt like I'm dealing with somebody really important here. And I get this picture for the promo, and I'm like, oh, man, this man, he's ready to roll. So tell me, Shelton, I mean, what makes you tick? What is this whole thing with you wanting to be on the League Showcase and you really starting up the YML? What are you about?
Well, the YML, it's basically it's an organization. We focus on trying to stand out and implement a structured as league that helps us stand out and bring a realistic feel to video games itself, for as Madden, 2K, NHL, Call of Duty, and even trying to give some stuff for us like Fortnite. Like we're trying to do something that brings a positive like outlook. And we all know like there's a lot of Madden leagues out here that's toxic.
Oh yeah.
Not structured. It's just it has no vision. We have vision.
Right.
We have something that's going to not even open up our eyes to youth sides. Like the next mythology comes from because me and myself and my brother, we both coach youth football.
Oh wow, so awesome.
So that's where the name comes from. It comes from we're trying to implement a way to encounter youth to like it's basically motivate them, just bring them in as far as the gaming world, because we all know they get a little lost as far as the gaming atmosphere, as far as Fortnite and stuff, man. We want to do something positive for them as far as rewards and showing up. We appreciate them to even have their anything with that and have their encounterment with us.
We're just giving them something to look forward to while they're playing the game.
Well,
the gaming, the game for the younger generation. So it's getting more and more like everybody's playing the game, especially with the COVID just passing by, by being quarantined. A lot of more younger kids are starting the game for us, like something to look forward to that they see on YouTube.
Right.
That's an opportunity to have that. Or at least get into something like that. The stuff that they see, stuff that they see.
Much respect to you guys, and you're getting some shout outs already in the chat, and I know there's going to be a lot of people that watch this back. And first of all, youth football, I'll tell you, I may not look like it, but at one point in time, Hack used to play some football, and I'm going to tell you, I was not fortunate enough, guys, to grow up in a home where my dad was around a lot, but my coaches were. And, you know, as a youth, what I learned a whole lot about life and a lot about who I am came from my football coaches. So what you guys are doing is extremely important because, you know, I grew up, you know, in that environment. I'll be honest with you, without my football coaches, I probably wouldn't be here today. And so hats off to you guys and big props to you because I tell you what, we need more guys like you. And so bringing what you're doing in youth football over to Madden, what a great segue and what a great way to continue. Because here's the thing, we'd love to try to keep them off of video games, but we know they're going to get on the video games. And we, you know, hey, right? I grew up playing video games, and I mean, but also played a lot of sports. And I've got a 13-year-old son, and he plays a lot of video games. And I mean, so I want a positive environment for him. So you talked about creating that positive environment. Tell me, how do you do that in the YML?
Well, for as like I would do in the YML is try to bring in, like we don't call our people users, we call them members. Like we try to bring in and recruit human beings that have some type of positive energy that's going to have us motivate them to motivate us.
And we implement our rules as far as being toxic and being disruptive in the chat and disrespectful, and we're very stern on it. So it's like
gotta be.
Once you get two to three times, and once you'd be lucky to get 3. If you get that third one, then you're
You
like,
guys are
we look at it like, because right now we're a brand. Like it's a brand.
Yeah.
Like it goes deeper than video games at this point. Like we're trying to. It's a lifestyle.
Right. Well, I'm going to tell you, your guys after my own heart. There's something in my league that guys like to call the hacker hammer, and what it means is that if I've warned you once and warned you twice, you're not going to get a third time. It's going to come down to you're either part of this community and culture, because really, you know, there's a lot of things with Madden that we can't fix. There's a lot of things that the game is what it's going to be, right? Mm-hmm. And the truth is there's only 2 ways to fix things sometimes, and that's culture and then that's rules. And if you've got good rules and you've got good culture, then you can get people in a better environment where, you know, it is a human, you know, event. It's not just some other dude on the other end of the sticks, right? It's a human over there, right? And so, man, I got so much love for that. I've been noticing that in your chat, and so you guys are really, you know, this year, man, you guys, and hey, by the way, guys that are in the chat asking, hey, do they have open spots? Because hey, there's already guys asking. Down at the bottom, their Instagram @youthology_inc. You can get with those guys. Also, if you'd like, you can come over to the Loyalty League. I will point you that way. We're both our leagues are full. You can just let us know, and we'll get you there. We'll get you to D Shelton. But if you'd like to check them out, you can check them out at their Instagram down below. But speaking of Instagram, you guys are really trying to blow up in your social media game. I mean, you're trying to get out there and let people know what you're about. What's going on with that, guys?
Well, we actually have Twitch, we have YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. We're actually trying to get a TikTok.
Snapchat. Oh yeah, nice.
Kind of brand out, because at this point, like I feel like if we're taking time away from our families and time away from our jobs and time away from something, if we're going to take it serious, let's take it to the next level, give our energy, give our time to it, actually commit to it. You know, so I feel like it's time to actually sacrifice something, because I feel like this can go somewhere. You know, like I feel like we offer more, or we offer a lot that's positive. You know, outside of the game itself, you know, even with us motivated and coaching and being stern on word and being something that has structure. Not every league out here has structure. Not every organization has structure.
Social media is the best way to get to people, because at the end of the day, everybody's putting in their hand. Everybody's on Twitter. Everybody's on Instagram. Everybody's on Twitter, TikTok. That's just even when you're past, you're laying down in the bed. You ain't every phone. Every phone you're social media.
And the thing I found, guys, is like I'm the same boat as you. Just last year, we tried to get all these social media aspects going, and one of the ones, you know, that I've, you know, being an old man, I'm familiar with Twitter. I know that I can manage that, right? And so, but I'm able to interact. Today, I had some interaction with Swami, who is one of the main devs for EA, and we were having some exchanges about, you know, after the update, there's been some crashes and things that are known. And so we're making it known via these social media outlets that there's issues with the game. There's things going on that. So I love that you guys are trying to be a part of that and trying to be a part of the solution, not part of the problem. Because it seems like with Madden, there's a lot of people that like to be complainers, for lack of a better word, And so I love what you guys are doing there. Here's a question. I've always wanted to ask football coaches this. Are there football concepts in real life that you can apply to how you play Madden?
Yes. Yes. First thing is discipline, man. Like if you can't take an L and follow rules, if you can't follow the easy details as far as like posting or even keeping track of reading things, discipline. If you don't have discipline in life, where are you going to be at?
Yes, I've seen that play out where we've got some guys in our league and they will get down, and you can tell that they start rushing or they start making some riskier choices, and then they're down further, and then they're mad at momentum and mad at the game and throwing the controller. Where we also have guys that they keep their cool, they keep running the ball, they keep focus, and then they kind of inch their way back in the game. So I think that's really interesting. You guys see that correlation from real football. How about football concepts on the field, like cover 3 and cover 2 and cover 4 and man and all these things on defense? Do you guys think that the game mirrors some of the concepts that you try to teach kids?
Yes, it does. It does it in a huge aspect, honestly, because it actually gives the visual aspect of, a simple, complex aspect of the X and O's of football.
Right.
So you can when you're teaching your kids a cover 2 zone, you easily be like, you go on Messi and then you click on this and that. They be like, yeah, like that's a cover 2 zone. Y'all 2 safeties. This is y'all side of the field. Everyone else is playing man.
Right.
It's a very, you definitely put the concept in between on both, but you don't want to do it too much because then that's when it becomes predictable. Because now it's like when you're playing, after you're coaching against another coach who plays man.
Exactly. Even like because I played high school and college ball, so it's like even with offense, like route concepts, smash, that's on man. If we burn out in real life too, verticals, that's on man. Mm-hmm. That stretches, powers, 24. Like it's EA done a great job. It came so far, but I feel like it's time to the next level. What can you do now?
Yeah, as far as EA keeping the play calling very simple, that's where you could take the simple play calling in the aspect and then transfer it over to the kids because you don't want it to be too complex because
they're not going to understand.
They're not going to understand. They're still kids.
Yeah. Some of these play calls I can remember. I've watched some different documentaries and that. Some of those play calls, there's like 13 different things that the quarterback's got to remember at the line of scrimmage of checkouts and but one interesting thing that you guys have both said is you both have played, not only coached but played some football. D. Shelton, what position did you play?
Well, in high school, I played safety and receiver. College, I played safety. I actually still play semi-pro now, and I play safety. So like I'm still trying to I'm getting up there in age, but it's like
still trying to break. So do you gravitate to when you play Madden playing as a safety? Do you find yourself back there on the safety because hey, this is a position I played, so I want to I want to bring it to life.
Yes, I do. I try to implement some type of control,
Yeah. I think a lot of guys.
There's only so much you can do in the game, because with how the momentum is and everything, it's only so much you can control in the game. So it's not realistic, but it's pretty similar.
So you guys have talked a lot about keeping it realistic and that. And one of the things that I wanted to ask you is, what are the main rules that you have in place that you think are really important that keep the game more realistic rather than being kind of who can run the same play all the time? And what are the rules you have that really bring that out?
Well, my big pet peeve is manipulating. There's a lot of people that know how to manipulate. Like for us, like glitch plays, cheese plays. We all know those are YouTube plays.
Right.
I make sure that my users stream their games, and also I want to implement rules. Like for us, like we don't have the abilities in the rules. There's no abilities at all. Like we don't use them.
No abilities at all. Okay.
None. Zero. Like
no X factors.
No X factors.
Superstars.
The only reason why we do have stars is because of XP points. That's it. Right. That's it. But for it's like even making it realistic, we do have cooldown, we have play limit as well. Like so that people don't spam the same thing. My thing with football is you can beat anybody. It's all depending on your scheme. If you have the right scheme, you can beat anybody.
Scheme over team. Yep.
Period.
Scheme over team.
You know, so we try to even with the small details or even
motion and sending people on motion and hiking the ball.
The motion hike, no.
Get set to manipulate the thumbs.
Exactly. There's like people know how to manipulate it, but guess what? We know how to. But we're trying to take that
even in the all-out blitzes. Like you have to rush. Like there ain't no dropping 9-10 back in the coverage and rushing.
That's a good call too. Yeah, that's a good call too. Nobody in football is going to drop 10 guys. You know, it's just
like they did it a couple years against Tom Brady. I think Tom Brady played the Dolphins or something like that, but it was 4th and 11. 2 seconds left. That's it.
Right.
Like, we're not going to do it all game.
Like we try to, even with the realistic, we also have a podcast. We have rewards for like Super Bowl winners. We also have, we have Game of the Week.
Nice.
Also, go ahead, Rick.
Between the Game of the Week and our Player of the Week reward sometimes. And
comeback player of the year.
Yeah, comeback player.
We also have the system for DraftKings. We have DraftKings within the franchise.
Right.
Never seen no one do that before. Like we have that. We have top we will have top 10 plays of the week on the podcast. We have pregame interviews on the podcast, postgame interviews on the podcast.
Very nice.
We have analysts in real life. We have analysts.
Yeah, so after every game, you got a full game breakdown of the games. You have Stephen A, Skip Bayless, everybody comment on the games, Twitter feeds.
Nice, very nice.
Yes, NCAA feeds. We have a lot. Seriously,
you guys have got a lot going on. The thing.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying the thing is you guys are putting a lot of work into this to make it, better for everyone, and it sounds like. One of the things that it sounds like is that you can hear the genuine excitement about, hey, we're doing this and we're doing this and we're doing this. Are you finding with this Madden 22, are there some features that you like a lot that they've brought to the game this year? What are some things that kind of stand out about the game this year that are helping you enhance your league?
Even just alone helping us, like how they got in franchise now. The league leaders of every stat is already implemented on the screen.
Right.
That helps hugely.
Right. Well, and that's where I was going to tie into, guys, is that obviously we're doing the NeonSportz.com League Showcase, and you guys are all about leveling up your league, and so you guys are able to see those stats in real time. And are those features in terms of looking at the stats and trying to keep it real? Is NeonSportz helping you with that?
Yes, we haven't. Yeah, it is. Because it's taking a step away from what we got to do. Because we usually actually have a power ranking system ourselves.
Yeah, we do.
Right.
Now, we don't have to do that,
and that helps so much. Like the bot, I love the bot. I love it. When I seen it popping up in the Discord, I was like,
yeah, yeah.
That's just so much of and it's up to date. It keeps it up to date. It's always on every week to week. That is appreciate. Appreciate. I just give you a hug right now.
Well, it's Drac, and Drac is in here tonight. So props to Drac, NeonSportz. He's in the chat tonight, and I'll tell you, you guys mentioned the bot, which allows you to do your commands, and you can @command. You can see all the different stats. Recently, one of the things that saved us a lot of time, and hope you guys can implement too, is the trade system. Is that you can force all your trades through the system, and that way through Discord you can click yes or no, and then it approves or denies your trades. So that's another one. I'm going to tell you, there's a lot of time savers on this thing. And so as you guys, I know you guys are just starting up, right? With the update to scouting, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So there's going to be a lot of things that you guys are able to implement that, it's going to really, really help you guys out. And so I asked you guys about things you like. What are the things you don't like about Madden right now? What are some things like magic wand, I could fix this today? What are some things you would like to improve with the game?
I wish they would give you a chance to catch the ball with the receiver. Like, please, like, come on. When you throw a jump ball to Mike Evans or something.
Let me guess, you were a receiver, right?
A little bit. Not too much. I'm a corner.
Oh, you're a corner. Okay, all right.
Corner.
Normally you'd say, hey, I don't want the receivers to catch it all. So
yeah, because the defender, I'm not worried about the defenders. It's easy for the corners. When you look on the corner, it's as soon as you look on them.
Right.
But when you look on the receiver, they will keep the receiver. I'm holding my analog to the right so hard, but he's still running this drag route. It's just on the pad. I'm like, yeah, true.
Yeah, so more responsiveness from
to catch the ball. He'll play defense before he play off.
Right.
Like I think I need to. Like, as far as me, I feel like animations is too. Yeah, it's too much. It's too much. Like I know we all used to love 2K football, man. When that game came out, it's still to this day the best football game that came out still.
Right.
Like I feel like animations need to be limited, and I feel like they're EA's trying too hard. I get what they're trying to do, but let's simplify it. Let's get back to the basics. Go back to the basics. You know what I'm saying? Because we all know sim like this. I like sim is even with the sim and chrome.
Yeah, simulation. The gameplays are so different.
Right.
So different, and a lot of people like playing on something because Madden give you the idea that it's more NFL-like, and it's not. It's really not.
No.
You're better playing more common. Because a lot of us, definitely in these leagues that we have, we like to use our linebackers, our safeties, and the simulation takes away from the user, from the user progress, and the game will tell you that.
Right.
So it's like,
so you're limiting. Basically.
Yeah, you're very limited when your user progress. Like me personally, like I still play my 4, and on my 4, I'm in a couple different leagues on my 4, and they are simulations. I think I'm on like 2 that's comp and then 2 that's sim. My 2 simulations leagues, I done lost like so many close games due to my user just not doing what it's supposed to do. It does it in my comp. It does it in my comp leagues. Not in my simulation leagues. I'm like, oh my god.
And I think abilities. I just think abilities itself is just unrealistic. We get their superstars,
right?
But let the attributes itself play out the outcome of the game, not the abilities.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like because 9 times out of 10, Tyreek Hill's going to outrun any corner on the field.
Right.
You know that. But when he gets tired in the game, you know what I'm saying? He dies down. Let's bring that back realistically. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's a small detail.
And the critiques of the practice. Like I love how they try to do it, start half pad, full pads, stuff like that.
Right.
Whoa, hold on, man, because that fatigue last game, like last game.
Yeah, well, there's a secret that I've told some guys, and I don't know if I figured it out or not, but there is and I'm gonna tell you guys, there's a website, it's Operation Sports, and it's an old time website, been around forever, looks really old, and there's a guy on there that has kind of figured out the best way to train and how to balance it and that. And one of the things he talks about is he talks about the having your backups in full pads that you still get pretty good XP, but I've been doing that all season, don't have any injuries yet, and my guys in game are ready to go, but also I'm using the Texans, which that's one of the hardest teams in the league to use, and I got a bunch of old guys starting and a bunch of new guys as backups, so I want to get those young guys, more practice reps so they get more XP, but you're right. So I think they've laid a lot of bones, right? There's a lot of bones of really good pieces. It's like the new scouting update. Have you guys had much of a chance to look at the scouting update yet?
I haven't yet, because as far as like right now, like as far as PS5, I haven't joined any franchises because we don't start until November 8th. That's when we launch our league.
November 8th, okay.
So like right now, I'll probably get on tonight and see how it is, but as far as I haven't seen it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, and I think it's true too that like a lot of these ideas are good in theory, and then it comes down to execution. It comes down to like, can you make this work for this league? And I think that's one of the really cool things about your league too is that you guys are figuring out like, hey, here's something the game does, but we're going to take this and we're going to make it a little better, and we're going to make it our own. And I think all leagues that I've talked to and all these league showcases, I think the thing that I'm always amazed by the most is the creative piece, the creativity that goes into running a league. What are some creative things that you guys are either doing and I know you guys don't want to give away your secrets, but what are some creative things that you're either doing or you're thinking about doing in this next Madden?
I wouldn't even say it's creative. I feel like bringing the, like, when I say realistic back to Madden, I mean like actually being in control and having a day-to-day control over what you're doing with your team. Like even when we do pre-game, post-game interviews, I haven't seen much of that for any other league. Even far as the Twitter feeds, far as like people have that, but even with the analysts, like I'm trying to
give people the chance to actually feel like you're one of the owners of your team.
Right.
You are the face.
You're the face. You're the GM. You're going to make all these decisions for your team. Like and we're going to give you the chance to actually, speak to the media and stuff like that. Like,
right.
Like we have podcasts. Like even with back a couple years ago, like last year, we used to film preseason.
Right.
Now on preseason, we actually play preseason, and we actually want to have our members post-game, pre-game, and talk to us about, okay, who who's getting cut, who didn't have a good game, like realistic.
Yeah.
Exactly. So we're playing preseason, and also like we're doing like for us picking teams, we're going to have a random selector basically. But free agency is going to be done by doing the same list but opposite of the random selection. So say for the Chiefs, for instance, the first person that was about to pick in the draft that was going to pick first, they picked the Chiefs. They would go last in free agency picks.
I got you. So that's how you. So that was going to be one of my questions. Is you guys for slotting teams? How do you guys do that?
It's a randomizer.
So completely random, and it's a random draw, and then the first guy gets to pick, and the next guy gets to pick, and then you reverse the order of when they get to pick a free agent. That's a really cool idea. Do you find you guys have been doing this how long now? You've been doing it 4 or 5 years?
I've been doing we've been existing for 3 years now, but as far as me, I've been running league since Expo. So I want to say 6 times. Yeah, so I've been doing this but every year I feel myself getting better.
Right.
You know?
Oh yeah.
We don't run a league.
Definitely.
It's not a league, no. It's an organization.
Definitely. Definitely.
Like what we do is so much stuff put into it. Like it's just like last year we didn't have DraftKings installed we didn't have DraftKings installed in the franchise. This year we do.
Right.
We're bringing so many ideas. This is crazy.
Right. Well, guys, I want to tell the chat because everybody's starting to ask some questions. Get those questions in the chat because what we're going to do in just a few minutes is we're going to put these guys right front and center. I'm going to step aside and you're going to ask these guys the questions about their league that you want to know. And so start thinking about those questions and get those going. And guys, I want to ask you guys, with you said you're starting soon and you've got plans to kind of do a lot of media in and out. Do you need another media guy? Because I'm a pretty good interviewer, and I'm just saying I'm available. I'm a free agent. So if you guys need an old guy to come in and seasoned veteran to ask some questions, I just want you to know what I have is yours. I'm behind what you're doing. All right.
Okay, we'll keep that in mind. For sure.
All right, so if you need another media member, I just want you to know the YML. I could and I work for very little. I work for very little, just maybe spicy cashews every once in a while, something like that. I work for cashews, bro. So no big ducats, anything like that. So guys, let's get your questions up in the chat. I'm gonna switch it now over to that part of our show here. And you can see the guys here from YML front and center. One of the first questions is the draw for the teams, is it 100% random, or do you give veterans, guys that have been in the league longer, a higher percentage to get that top pick?
Well, it's 100% random. 100% random. Because it's a new year. We don't care who's been in it. Even myself. That'll be selfish.
That's how people will look at it. They'll look at it and say, you guys are the commissioner, then you guys get first did. No. Even us, we're part of the random. It doesn't mean nothing.
It's more fair.
Yeah.
Well, and so do you have anybody that's been in the league a long time and tries to come to you on the side and say, hey, slide me to the top. I'm one of your dogs. I've been here forever. You know, like, do you have guys that try to send you some spicy cashews to get moved to the top of the list? I mean, what do you have? Do you have guys that try to work the system?
Yes, that's a life Davey does. They could get the short stick, they will get the short stick, but
right. Well, here's another question: has anyone complained that there's no abilities, or do your people like it?
They actually love it.
Because we already give you know what you're getting into before you get here.
Yeah, because we actually have a rule book that you have to sign off on.
Gotcha.
You got to sign a signature. You got to have a signature for the rule book and signature for the rewards. So you got to agree to it and everything.
And once you agree to it, it's like
after you agree to it, there's no point.
You're kind of signing a contract. You're saying this is you know,
it's a contract. Yeah.
I've seen that from other leagues, and that's a really good idea. Is that, you know, you have people that will randomly join a league, and I have a certain philosophy of how I want the league to go, and I can always tell when somebody joins whether they've actually, and it's about a paragraph. It's not like a lot of words, but there are words for you to read, and I can always tell when guys join and like, yeah, bro, I'm ready to go. Like, I know you didn't read that. I know you didn't read that. So I think it's a really good idea. I think it's all the time, right? Yeah, all the time. And so one of the things, this is a follow-up question, which I think you guys answered earlier, so maybe they were joined a little late, but what was the reason behind the no abilities?
Because as us playing, because we did 3 weeks?
We did last year 4.
Okay, 4. So out of the 4 we did last year, definitely the first 2. The first 2 had like these abilities, man. Like, it's just something they're just so over OP. It's just like got corners diving to make 10-yard interceptions.
That's crazy.
And
the acrobat, right? The acrobat one. That one's crazy.
I'm just like,
it felt like a video game.
Yes, and it's like, come on, I want to play football. I want to play football. We like the code. Play what we done, like, we know what real football is. So it's like,
right,
if you take them abilities out, and then once we really start playing, now it's like, it was more smooth. But the game becomes so much smoother. It actually feels like a football game. That's like, I can out coach you now. You can be better than me in Madden, but I can use my football brain.
You can use your brain. Yeah. Right, 100%. You know, and I think the mental aspect of the game is just as important. And I'll tell you, the older I get, the slower I get on the sticks. But I do understand how the game should work. And so, I may have to quit Loyalty League and just find a spot in this league, because football guys running a football league, I mean, heck, that sounds awesome. So, hey, so let me ask you this. Do you guys use any types of slider adjustments in your franchise? Are you running stock?
I want to say last year we did,
but it wasn't.
It was still overpowered, because we will actually find out that we will actually find out that there were people like this one team, like the Philadelphia Eagles last year. It was like 19-0, but he would do the same crossers. He had Jerome Ross manipulating his XP points.
He really wanted to defeat and
he wanted to everything. Like, he did crazy.
And he wasn't close games. He was beating the.
He was. I feel like adjusting the XP. I feel like right now it's not best. I feel like we keep them the same for right now.
Gotcha.
It is projected. It possibly can change, but for right now, no. We're going to give it a little chance.
Gotcha.
And we do see that people are starting to manipulate it, which I don't think they can, because there's no XP. I mean, there's no abilities.
Right.
We'll think about changing it.
Well, and I'll tell you guys, if you guys do decide to go with some sliders, this is the whole cool part about this league showcase and collaborating is I spent hours and a lot of time looking at all the different sliders. We've tested some different slider sets, and our whole goal too is to try to make the game play more realistic. And so if you guys need help pointing you that way, I can help you out. One of the ones that I'm a big fan of is the RFF sliders, and he's a guy that they play hundreds of games. Watch those games and adjust the sliders so the game plays more realistic. So would love to put you guys on that if you ever are interested in something like that. But one of the things one of the guys wants to know is, without abilities, do you get different animations? Do the animations play different? Do they play less into it with no abilities?
It's definitely less, way less, because I feel like it's more in depth.
Gotcha.
No, there's not. I feel like when you put abilities on, man, ain't got to work a certain way.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like with it off, the game itself don't got to work as hard.
Right.
You know, so I feel like you can actually be in control of something. I feel like animations is way glitchy, which is just
and a lot of the little things like some of the inaccurate passes when he's clearly wide open and all you did was press the button and he just overthrows him somehow or throws to the right. It doesn't happen a lot. It just happens.
Right. Well, one of the things, and I think this question is from D. Ryan. Maybe he's in your league because he wants to know: is there going to be anything special for Game of the Week?
Yes, there is. But we're not going to give it out.
Stay tuned.
The Game of the Week.
All right, D. Ryan, you heard they're not giving away.
As far as like Game of the Week, we actually have a live podcast. We'll have to do it this Sunday. We'll do it this Sunday, a live podcast.
Okay.
Don't details.
Where can your guys hear the live podcast? Where can they tune in to catch that?
YouTube and Twitch.
YouTube and Twitch.
Big thing,
okay.
Right? Yeah, YouTube and Twitch. Youthology Incorporation Gaming. You can find it anywhere, any social media platform.
So you can catch that on Youthology Incorporation Gaming on YouTube. You guys saw the Youthology_INC on Instagram. You can get connected to all their different socials there. Make sure you guys check that out. Especially for you guys in the league that want to know about this Game of the Week. You got them hanging on edge, bro. They're salivate in the mouth. They're ready to get in. They want to.
We actually have Game of the Week, Player of the Week. We actually will have a vote on Comeback Player of the Week. Man, we'll have that. Comeback Player of the Week. We'll have that. We'll have yearly awards, but we'll have trophies.
Okay.
The Super Bowl winner will have
nice.
Will actually be rewarded with the NFL jersey of their own.
Oh wow! Hey.
Cash prizes for Super Bowl winner, runner up, DraftKings winner. It's a lot.
Guys,
it's gonna be good.
If you guys are watching this and you're looking for a league, now are you guys going to be putting people on the wait list? And if somebody wants to get involved, can they just hang out until maybe there's a spot open? You guys, and one of the questions that was asked earlier too was why November start? Is that because you guys have so much going on with football right now, or is it just you're working on a lot of different things to get it ready?
Because we want to make sure that our rosters are final. Because we know the trade deadline's coming up soon in the NFL, so we want to make sure that all the rosters are final. And that's why
we was waiting for this update. Honestly, we didn't expect the update to take a month and a half.
Who did, brother? Who did? Who did? No, who did? And between me, you, and the millions of viewers we've got right now, I'll tell you that it wasn't worth the wait, brother. It wasn't worth the wait. The franchise scouting update is a cool concept, but it's really designed more for, in my opinion, the individual franchise guy, the guy that's just playing, like how we all used to play back in the day before we found the 32 connected franchise modes. Now it's got some features that are cool, but when you're talking about a 32-man league, there's a lot of things to be worked out, especially for guys that want to run a realistic league like you guys do. A good example is there's only one tier 3, which is a top tier quarterback scout in the pool. So how do you decide who gets that guy if they want to hire a free agent scout? So the first man, first serve, that doesn't seem right? So you've got to have a system in place. So there's things from a 32-man that you're going to want to look at. And guys, we're buddies for life now. I'll collaborate with you. I'll help you with whatever you need. But one of the questions from the chat too, one of the last ones here is, when implementing changes as far as rules, and this is from About 350, when implementing changes as far as rules, is that something that will be brought up and voted on? And also, will that change be immediate, or will that be the following season? So they kind of want to know how you do your rule changes and how that works.
When it comes to the rule changes, if it's something that's needed to be addressed, then yes, we will have us as commissioners, we'll think about a solution. We'll come up with two, we'll come up with two, 3 different ones. We'll send them in the chat. And they do get voted on depending on the seriousness of it. Now, if it's something that that's already a regular rule and it needs tweaked or something like that, then we'll just tweak it and just let that be that. And then if people complain about it, because at the end of the day, it's not just a whatever we say go thing. I remember have an open, they're allowed to not comfortable with anything.
Right.
You bring it up to us, but it's how you bring it up to us. To listen to.
It makes a lot of sense. So you're going to listen to the voice.
Yeah, I would say that our rules now, they've been implemented years ago. So the years now was stuck last year. We didn't have any problems with them last year. So we added more rules, but it was all depending on how we run our league now. Right. So like the rules was very successful and the league ran well. So it's like it just depends on the seriousness of the rule, the significant whatever.
Significance of it, yeah. No, for sure. Well, and and I think that's the thing is that with 32 guys in a league, the priorities, you could have 32 different priorities on what's important and what's not. And unfortunately, there has to be somebody like you guys that says, hey, we're going to make a decision that's best for the league. And that's what I hear you guys saying. I hear you guys saying that, like, hey, we're going to make the decision best for the league. We're going to listen to the voices. We're going to listen to what people say. But at the end of the day, you got to make a decision that's best for everybody, right? Not just one guy. And I think that's what I'm hearing.
Even when people come in, or even you probably had it in your league as well, they like to compare and contrast.
Oh, yeah.
Listen. That's why we just say that we're an organization, because we're just not a league. We're not going to move like the next person because we're doing something that's going to make us unique.
Right.
Like we're not newcomers to this. Like I take it serious because I feel like there's something here.
Yeah. No, you guys put a lot of time into this, and you bring your heart to it. So you put a lot of time. You bring your heart to it. You're football guys. You're guys that want to keep it real. You want to make the environment positive. You want to have a good culture. I can't see why anybody wouldn't want to be a member of this thing. So in my eyes, you guys are doing it the right way. And all love and respect to you guys doing it that way. And I have really enjoyed getting to know you guys tonight and asking you guys questions. And as we wrap it up here, is there something that we missed that you want everybody to know about the YML and what you guys are trying to do?
Well, as far as that, we really hit everything on that.
You broke up on me a little bit, Jamal. Say that one more time. Jamont. I'm sorry. My bad.
That's cool. I said we really hit everything we needed on those ass points of what we really wanted to do and where we're going with this. I do want to throw in last year when we first started. Our league it was so fun when everybody was used to this. So what better league is this? Tony Jefferson was playing.
Oh yeah, he was Tony Jefferson.
Oh, I remember seeing that in your chat. And
we have the DMs and we have the
yeah. How cool! So Tony, that's a great. I'm glad you guys. I saw that in the chat and I didn't bring that up, and I'm so glad you did because when I looked in your league, I was like, oh my goodness, these guys. So Tony Jefferson, I guess during that injury period was looking for his football fix, and he got it in playing Madden in your league.
Exactly.
How good a player was Tony Jefferson?
Oh, he was good.
Was he?
He was good.
Well, if you ever talk to him again, tell him that in our league, the Loyalty League, he's our league leading interceptor right now. He's leading the league in interceptions. I don't know how, but he's the guy that picked Tony Jefferson up is he's I think he had one game where he had 4 interceptions. The guy just kept throwing picks to him that game, but he's leading our league in intercept. But yeah, that is that's amazing. First of all, and obviously you're doing something right. For a guy like that, he could play in any league he wanted to, and he finds you guys. That's something.
And it was our paid league at the time. We was actually had we actually had a buy-in to come into that league in that aspect too. Like, yeah,
gotcha.
I know people want to ask now, like, is it buy-in? Actually, our league's actually free.
No, our league's free.
Okay.
Free completely. Like, you get it.
Well, and let me be clear though. So one of the things I get confused on with buy-in and that kind of thing is that a lot of times people associate buy-in to playing comp games for money, right? And that's not what you guys are saying. You're just saying, hey, we're putting a lot of resources into the cash prizes and all this other kind of stuff. So, and we do something similar. I do a buyout where 3-4 seasons into Madden, guys get closer to summer, guys get tired of the game. Well, if you want to hold your spot for next season, throw me $25 in my Venmo and I'll hold your spot, and then you can come back next year, and then we can let somebody else play, and we just keep rolling, and that way we build a little bank for the next year, and then all that money, it all goes right back into the league. I don't keep any of it, but I feel what you guys are trying to do with that. But it that the cash money games and all that stuff. I stay as far away from that stuff as I can. But I feel what you guys are trying to do. Anything else you guys want to bring the folks about YML?
When it comes to the game of the weeks, we're not stingy.
All right. You heard him. You heard him.
It's not about record.
You heard him. Well, guys, I
know last year we actually split. I think every team had 4 chances at game of the week throughout the whole year. Every team.
Nice.
So like every team, every member gets a chance at all scores. Like so
it's not the best team every because like League I'm in right. I was just complaining about that. This Chiefs team, one of the best teams in the league. He's had a game of the week. We're in week 12. 11 of the weeks of the game of the week has been these Chiefs.
No, man. Like, how are you gonna have? Yeah,
already winning, and then you're giving him upgrades on top of it.
I would have a riot on my hands. They would be, they would be done.
Far as the members list, far as the wait list, we do have a wait list. Right now, we have 16 members on the wait list right now.
You have 6 on the wait list. Okay.
16. So you're very welcome to sign up, and you got to sign a contract as well. Same process. Do the to-do list, but we're still open to the wait list.
Well, come on.
Lord knows when they're going to open up.
All right.
But we're welcome for you to be in the chat, check out our social medias and all that. Like we're here for the community,
and
the game community.
Our Instagram handle. We're definitely going to get back to the little graphics of the game of the week players and all of that. Like, so I really want to see your players. And really showcase how good you made.
Well, I sincerely appreciate you guys letting me into your world and what you're doing. I've learned a lot tonight. I know, Shelton, I've invited you over to our Discord. I hope you'll stay and hang out. I hope our leagues can collaborate. We can work together and we can learn from each other and lift each other up. Because I think leagues can do that. And I'm not looking to, believe me, I'm running 2 leagues and I've got a wait list. I don't need any people. I'll never poach any people. I got plenty of people, but I'm just here to support you guys. And I really, really, really enjoyed having you on the show. And I want to say thank you to both of you guys for doing it tonight.
Appreciate you.
Yeah,
a lot.
We appreciate you too, man. Thank you.
Appreciate you guys. All right, guys. So listen, if you want to find those guys, you're going to go to Instagram at youthology_INC. But also, if you want to find out more about how you can get with this NeonSportz.com deal, go to NeonSportz.com. You can also go over to Twitter at NeonSportz. You see the Discord invite. They've got an amazing Discord that's where all of us guys are interacting and collaborating. And maybe if you want to be a part of this NeonSportz League showcase and you're running a league, get in there and come see us. And then also, you want to level up your league with NeonSportz. This is the time to do it. It's free for all of Madden 22. This thing just keeps building. Drac is killing it. Come hang out with us, and we'll see you on the next show. Will be October 23rd with Nick Larson of the XCFL. He'll be featured on the next League Sports Showcase. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you again to Youthology. Amazing job. Peace out, guys, and we'll see you.